Check, check, 1 2 1 2. For the people that's gonna watch this on the playback, you're rocking with your host, is Sean, one half of this platform on Envy Online, aka Son of a Jones, where we do our best to curate hip hop and actually talk about music. Today I have the luxury of talking with Cam, a dope underground artist, and if I can say, Rockland County, New York.
Fucking Kevin.
Okay, you're not too far away from me, upstate New York.
Where you at?
I'm in Albany.
Oh, yeah, that's some fun.
Yeah,
2 hours.
yeah. Couple hours away. Hey man, so before I get into the questions that I have, how's your day going? How are you doing all together?
Everything's great, man. I'm going to Italy tomorrow. It's gonna be cool. You know,
You going there for business, family, or
nah,
just
I'm
hanging
going
out?
family and just chilling. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I've never been, so it'll be exciting.
That's dope, man. Like the first time I went to visit my family in Puerto Rico for the first time, like 2 or 3 years ago. It was like a whole culture shock because I never been, man. So,
Hmm.
man, have a great trip, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. Thank you.
So, one of the questions I continually ask for these interviews I've been curating is geared towards the underground and hip hop because when I started doing interviews again after taking a long time off, I
Right.
noticed like this underground, as I would say, renaissance happening. There's a lot going on that I didn't see before COVID. It's opened up doors. There's artwork. There's, as we were talking offline, there's physical sales of music. There's a lot going on in a lot of different aspects. Ageism is gone. I remember because I'm a little older. I'm close to 40, and I remember it wasn't cool to be a 30-year-old rapper a couple years when I was coming
Now it's
up.
different.
Now it's
It's cool to
completely
be 30 or
different.
plus.
Actually, those are the one that's actually making sense and doing
Yeah,
things according to our culture. So within this underground renaissance, a lot of great things are happening. How do you feel about participating in what's going on right now?
I always say, man, I'm privileged to be here. Like I've been rapping since I was like 12 years old. I never really took any breaks, maybe for about a year,
Hmm.
but I worked with Pro Dillinger, and then we got close. That's the homie. And I made part D's with him. And I thought I was like a nice rapper. I'm like, yo, I'm nice, whatever. I got in the booth with Pro and it like crushed my ego. 'Cause- but I needed that.
Mm.
And him and Snotty always saw the best of me and they always pushed me to go further. So, I'm grateful more than anything. I'm incredibly grateful for it. And everybody I've met is mad cool. So yeah, man, it's a blessing to be there.
And as we were also saying before we started, I'm really big myself now. Some artists is 50-50. Some
Mhm.
artists like the streaming and DSPs. Since I'm older and I think it benefits the artist more, I like what's happening with the vinyls, the tapes, and the
Mhm.
CDs, even though people think they're outdated. Um, with you finally having a physical copy out, what is your ideas of what's going on with the reemergence of physical sales in music?
I think it's dope. And once I kind of, figure everything out, I'm gonna start pressing my own. Because I
Okay.
think once you learn that and you start doing your own thing, you need to have like an allotted amount of money to do that.
Hmm.
But even if you get pre-orders, find who's interested, figure it out. If you want to do single order sales, even though bulk is probably better. But I mean, that's where I'm gonna get to eventually. I think it's dope, but I think artists could be making more off of it. Because this rap is dope. Rap is really dope. But if you want to really make money, you gotta treat it as a business to flip, you know?
Now, I'm researching because I'm new to you. Are you independent? Are you kind of signed?
I'm
What's your situation?
independent. Well, I mean, I'm signed to Dirt House, which is Pro's label and Snotty's label. But, you know, that's really it. Before that, I mean, technically independent, but I'm with them.
So how do you feel about being independent? And I asked that for a reason, not just to be cliche,
Mhm.
but I said this about 3 or 4 times. I feel the independent artists today, maybe not 10 years ago, but today are leading a revolution because there's no handcuffs on their artistry. They can drop when they want. They can travel. They
Mhm.
can collab. They can network. They can do what they want, as
Right.
opposed to an artist signed to a label and they're telling them, Yeah, you can drop once every 3 years and you can't put this artwork out and so forth. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Mm, honestly, I feel like it's kind of complex. There's like a deep answer to it. Can you repeat it one more time?
So, I'll lay some context
Sure.
because you're right. It's a lot of nuance in
Yeah.
this. So, for me, on the media side, when I look at artists, I feel the independent artists, they have no handcuffs to their artistry. They can do what they want. Like I interviewed an artist from Arizona. Uh his name is slipping my mind right now because I got so much going on. But
Right.
his catalog, he had 26 albums. A signed artist will not be able to achieve that because the business model of being signed, they have to tell you what to put out, when to put it out, and so forth.
Right.
So in certain deals, it seems like there's some restrictions. So I like to
I
ask all artists, what are your
I
thoughts on being independent versus being signed?
I think it's a nice thing to say that you're successful independent. And I think it's also, but I mean, either way, if you're at the top of the food chain on either one, whether major or independent, like I think the one thing that I always will resort to about people who want to be those number one guys who want to be up there, who make all this money, like, sure, you have all that money, but when you're buzzing, maintaining that money, good luck.
Mm, okay.
So I think either way, I think you have to learn finances a little bit if you're an artist more than anything. That's going to determine your success, where you put the money. You know what I mean? You're signing a 360. You're in there for the ego. You're in there for the validation. And then when time goes on and you get older and you realize that's not worth it, nothing, and you had nothing to prove your work, I don't know, man. They're both dangerous. I think balance is everything.
That's a good, interesting point, man.
Mhm,
Now, I want to get into you as an artist because I'm a new fan of yours. I'm getting into
mhm.
your music. I'm just now learning about you.
Yep.
What drew you into what drew you into hip hop culture? And I don't say that to be funny. And I'm gonna apply some nuance again.
Sure.
We're from New York. Now, if I say that and you say that, they're gonna say what part? They're gonna say Manhattan. They're gonna say the
Hmm.
Bronx.
Hmm.
No, me and you are from upstate New York,
Hmm.
which is away from New York City culture,
Right.
kind of.
Hmm.
Then you have, I believe you said, yeah, I don't want to get too much in your ethnic background, but you said your name is kind of Iranian.
So
S-
yeah, I'm half Persian, half Italian.
Okay, so then there's the ethnic part of it. So
Mhm.
there's your location, and then there's the ethnicity. So what drew you into hip hop culture?
I've just always been interested in music ever since I was a kid, and I like hip hop for different reasons. I think with my music in particular, I really like being able to write songs. That's my favorite thing because I like using different cadences. Um, I like rapping about different content. I like rapping about real things because I've noticed that when you rap about real things, the reward isn't going to be monetary, but it's going to be in the soul and it feels better. And I feel like that's what I've learned after doing this for so long is that the inspiration literally just comes from, it's always been in my soul. Even when I was a kid, I was so drawn towards it. And then even after doing all these millions of different types of styles of rapping I was trying to do, whatever, you always kind of wind up back at square one,
Mm.
So it just makes me happy. There's really no, that's really it. That's my answer. I don't even care if it makes it big like that. It just makes me happy. Yeah.
So it's interesting that you say you kind of went through. It sounds like a cycle of different flows.
Oh
So
yeah.
I would say like one of my favorite rappers growing up was Big Pun because he had a unique flow and cadence. What were
Hmm.
some of your inspirations? And it don't even have to be rappers, but just music in general that you probably took from to say, hey, this is how I count bars or this is how I want to sound when I'm writing these songs and how I want to project.
So I mean, my upbringing was a little interesting. I'm from New York originally, but when I was a baby, we were in Alabama, and I moved to New York when I was 5. You know what I'm saying? So, and we were in we were in Madison County, which wasn't a good. It wasn't in a great area, but there was a lot of culture around us, and everybody was playing music. Everybody was having parties outside. It was a kind of in the middle of a trailer park. Everybody would just play their music. Like, everybody just vibed out. Um, and I think from there, I just always kind of loved music. And I haven't been back to Alabama in a long time,
Mm.
but it is nostalgic for me. So I think putting those two together, like music and Alabama, and the fondness of it, even from when I was a little kid, some of the best memories I got, you know? So yeah, I mean, it's those two together. It was like locations and being introduced to music really young, especially Persian music too. My dad was playing that in the household, and there's a lot of structure to different, cultures of music, like especially Iranian music. They got violins playing in the background, the oud playing in the background. It's just,
So
I
this,
like sonics.
so this is interesting. So when
Yeah.
I interviewed a artist from UK, Craig
Hmm.
Dyer, and I like to learn about different cultures. Just like when I
Hmm.
interview somebody from Miami, I always ask them about their culture. Craig gave me some interesting information, and Shadi from Miami gave me some interesting information. So now I'm glad to hear you say about Persian music.
Hmm.
So if you can enlighten me,
Hmm.
what are some Persian artists or albums that maybe you heard growing up?
There's only one song anybody really needs to know to just know how crazy it is. It's called Gole Sen. I'm gonna send it to you when we get off of this, but it's
Mhm.
called Gole Senge, and you hear all of it's. I can't even explain it. Like, it's unbelievable.
Mm.
Like, the craft, the work they put into it, it's crazy.
Did you play instruments growing up?
I play guitar
Okay.
from when I was like maybe in third grade till sixth grade.
All right.
So all my influences are from all. It's not just rap music. I don't even listen to rap music anymore. Um, it's from everywhere though.
You don't listen to rap music no more?
Not anymore.
Who was you listening to when you was listening to rap music, man?
I still listen to rap sometimes if I'm working out, but if I'm in my car, I'm not. Who inspired me to rap, man? Big O, definitely. Andre 3000, Drake. I don't care what anyone says. Drake is in my top five.
Okay. That's fair.
Definitely, definitely. I'm gonna put DMX up there too,
You had to put the
and
dog
then
in there.
Schoolboy Q. Those are my five.
That's a range right there. Schoolboy Q to DMX. That's interesting.
Schoolboy's my favorite rapper of all time, like on a personal.
Mm. I want to get in a little bit to this album Seven. Now you
Mhm.
said it came back out in July. I got the physical copy. You guys just released physical
Yep.
copies. And again, I'm getting familiar with your sound and style. So my research, there's a producer by the name of, I want to pronounce his name right, Jason
Direct.
Sire, I'm sorry, who
Nah, it's all good.
who has production credits, and it looks like he has a CVS receipt of production credits. So from a style sound, because I like to big up the producer too, because sometimes I feel like they get left out of the whole
So
project
this
creation.
this project had two or three different producers.
Okay.
I don't know if Cyril produced Slaw,
Mm-hmm.
and Cyrus, I mean, he was instrumental to my growth as an artist, and he produced Window Shopper by 50 Cent. He's an accomplished guy, and he's like the most humble guy in the world. And when he kind of took me under his wing and taught me a lot about songwriting, stuff like that. And
Mm.
like I said, I got lucky. Placement was everything.
That
It
that's
was really everything.
that's striking lightning in a bottle to get a
Yeah.
producer that produced Window Shopper to teach you about songwriting. That's
Hmm.
like me saying, "Hey, I like basketball. I go into the gym and LeBron is there,
Right.
and he's like,
No,
yo, I'm gonna take you under my wing for this summer."
he's no, he's literally incredible. He's incredibly talented. He's a legend where we're from.
How
you know. So
was that location based? Like he's from the same area as you, and
so there's a studio that I still record at. It's JWC. They're in Haverstraw. Fro and Cyree, those are my guys. I love them. And I first went to them in like 2023. And if you hear my project from 2023 that I did with them till to like seven, and you see the improvement, it's kind of crazy. And that's why I always say, like, if you only got yes men around you, don't be around them.
mm,
It does nobody any good at all being a yes man.
what would be some? And I'm gonna switch to the other producers because I want to get there. I want to talk about them
Sure.
as well. What would be some of the best advice? Because what you just said about not having yes men around you. What would be some of the best advice that that person gave to you that changed the trajectory of your career, or just your outlook as an artist?
I think the the main thing that really changed my outlook as an artist is that a lot of it is smoke and mirrors. You
Yeah, it
know,
is. Yeah.
everybody wants to look good. Everybody's like, "Yo, you know how it goes,"
I-
and
Can
it's
I can I
fine.
can I interject? I'm glad you said
Sure,
that
of
because
course.
you're an artist, so I'm on the media side. I tell people all the time, look, I still got a 9 to 5 job.
Yep.
I am not balling. I got a 9 to 5 job. When business happens, it happens. Sometimes you get sponsorships, sometimes you don't. But I'm glad you keeping it real as an artist because a lot of people jump into this game. They want you to think that they're balling, and then you hear reports about artists scamming, and that's how they're really getting their money. But I'm glad you said that. Go ahead.
Hmm. Yep. I mean that's the way I look at it. I think you should do business well, and I know, in a lot of but it's a lot of rappers. It's not even just the underground scene, or
No,
I haven't
it's
had any
big
bad
time.
business with
Okay.
people on the underground really, but I know rappers do that, and you just got to treat people fairly. And if people give you a price, the best advice I can give is give them 50% up front and don't pay them in full up front.
You
And that's
talk
it. And if you want to negotiate, that's cool, but
talking about
make sure they're
features
happy.
or just in general?
Features too.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. You want the because guess what? They could take the money and run off. And I've heard of horror stories, you know, but who's not going to want another $500?
That's true.
You know.
Now I want to talk about the other you talked about there's 2 or 3 other producers on this project.
Yes, beats in my backpack. It is embarrassing, but I actually forgot the other kid's name. But he quit producing, and it was a beat I've had for like. There was two beats on there I've had since 2019 that I always wanted to use. I know his real name is Jason too.
Hmm. So my question is, when you put this project together, what was the sound that you were looking for, if any? Sometimes artists have a specific sound that they want to create their artwork to. So
So the way that I make projects, like for Seven, it was like the Seven Deadly Sins, and I was going through a little bit of an existential crisis where I was really, conflicted with religion and stuff like that, and Christianity and stuff, and I got more involved in it, and it was because of that. Like, I don't know, man. It was I keep having brain farts. I keep forgetting what I'm like answering. Um, oh, but no, for Seven, we pretty much just wanted to make the records we wanted to make. Like nobody was like, I didn't. It was a concept album, but I wanted to speak hard into it. Like, which is why I had that song "Envy" on there,
I'm gonna
which
talk
is
about
like the
Envy
strained
last.
relationship.
Don't jump into it. That's one of my questions. Leave that for last. I already got that on
All
there.
right, we'll do that. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, it was in a time when I was conflicted spiritually, and music was kind of always my outlet towards balancing or fighting any demons that I'm dealing with. I make art to inspire, whether it's one person or 10 people, 10 million doesn't matter. It could be one person. If they message me and they're like, yo, your album or your song saved my life, which has happened to me once only. But
Mm,
I feel like that's God telling you what your purpose is.
that's dope, man. That's
I
definitely
feel like,
dope.
you know, it's the way you gotta look at things. Like you gotta move, you could have your opinions, you could do whatever, but you have to move with good intentions in this. Because even if you don't make it where you want to make it, trust in God, you'll be happy. You know, just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I take that same approach even with the media. I've been doing it
Hmm.
for so long. And after a while, somebody starts saying, "Well, hey, man, you're not the biggest YouTuber." I say, "Hey, I'm not doing this to be the biggest YouTuber."
No, people
There's
don't
a
get it.
there's a different purpose in why I'm doing media and journalism, and I figured that out. Like, I really love the discussion around music. I care
Hmm.
about that more than getting 100,000 followers. Yeah, that would be nice, but that's not my purpose. So I like what you said, that being purpose driven.
Yeah, and not easy money, not good money. You know,
Hmm.
yeah, there's things I've learned. Man.
So getting into the concept of the album, because this threw me for a loop. Like, I was too young when the movie came out with Morgan Freeman. The
Hmm.
concept of Seven, which was unique, because then you even used the snippet for the intro.
Yeah.
How did I understand you wanted the concept of Seven, but how did you put that together, man? Because that's like digging in the crates to get that.
Uh, I love Seven. It's probably a top 10 movie for me ever. And I've seen it like 5 or 6 times maybe. And I remember every scene stuck with me, so I knew where everything was.
Mm, okay.
So I would go on YouTube with the clips, you know what I mean? And that was it. And the label dealt with it.
Mm. So again, going in what you probably just answered, like structuring the album around the seven deadly sins.
Hmm.
Now, there's one thing to have the song titles, but then to write to the concepts.
Hmm.
Like, was that difficult to do? Because sometimes
Well,
artists just
no,
name songs anything, blueberry pie, and then they rap. But like when I'm listening to the lyrics of these songs, like there's like when you brought out Envy that we're gonna talk about in a few minutes,
hmm
like you're writing to certain things for these topics. So how difficult was that?
it wasn't. It wasn't difficult at all. It was really easy because even it depends on what mood I'm in. Usually, when I'm making an album, I know a lot of people do like, oh, I'm saving this in the tuck and I'm saving this one in the tuck. I don't. Whatever I got on my plate, I do right there. Like you're seeing my progression just in front of your eyes. I don't plan things ahead of time. I do what I feel. So I'll call Fro. I'll be like, yo, I need 2 hours. And I'll write the song and I'll record it there 2 hours later for a good amount of them. I think Envy was the only one I kind of wrote like a month ahead of time before recording.
Hmm.
And then I feel like Seven is a relatable project because we've all gone through those deadly sins. We're human. We're gonna sin. We've all felt those things. So I want to kind of like encapsulate the mood through sound of what I pictured while I was writing and listen to the beat. That's why Lust is like, you should my mom, bro, when she heard Lust, she was like, are you okay? Who hurt you? You know?
Hmm.
But that's a lustful song. You know, I like making people feel things and making them think about things.
It's one of those albums that you got to do your research. Like, I had to listen to it twice, and I'm still listening to it. I like to go back and write certain things
That's the
down.
point of it. Yeah.
Um, Wrath
Hmm.
with Pro Dillinger,
Yep.
very unique. I like the way you guys complement each other. I think that's another thing. Like the complimentary over the song. It's just not two people
Yeah.
spitting verses. How did you feel at the time when y'all put that together?
Man. Well, so originally we had the first, so which was Pro's first half, and I knew Pro sounds good on anything too. And that first beat was definitely for Pro. And then I had another beat. I'm like, it's an intro. Like, let's change it up a little bit. And then that's why we changed the beat in the second half. I love doing that. I like because everyone likes a sample platter, you know.
Mhm.
But it's surreal working with Pro, man, because of the progress he's made and like the fact that we're family. Like, you know what I mean? We are. We're family. Snotty too. So
So I want to go back to that. You said you guys are all under a label or you're signed to the label. I want to be
so
clear.
their umbrella, I'm Dirt House. So like Dirt House was founded by Pro and Snotty, and they're just trying to branch out
Mhm.
essentially. With new artists that they fuck with.
So being a part of a family, what's the most beneficial part of that for you outside of music?
Mm, that there's no smoke and mirrors, and that you can always be upfront and honest with each other. And if I need advice, I call Pro. You know what I mean? If I need advice, I call Snotty. There's something going on, I can call either one of them. And like, I probably annoy the hell out of them, but it's because I look up to them. They provide me with very good guidance. As long as I've been around them, they always provide me with good guidance. So guidance is, especially genuine guidance, is not an easy thing to get. So if you got it, man, it's you got good people. You got to keep them around.
Definitely. The track Envy, there was a bar in there where you said you're envious because you weren't built the same. And you was
Hmm.
referring to your dad's life. I caught that at the end.
Hmm.
Like I had to rewind that. And it was kind of like it sounded like therapy because you were talking about the strained relationship that you went
Yeah.
through, how you wish you had more time and so forth.
Hmm.
And I like the track. It's not relatable because I have a relationship, but I like the track because I like vulnerability in artists.
Right.
I think that's what made the song that what was it? The artist Meek Mills, he released a verse that was a very vulnerable verse talking about his father passing.
Hmm.
Shotty from Miami had a very vulnerable verse. I
Yellow
think,
cab.
yeah,
Right.
I think when artists can be vulnerable and speak the truth from the heart, I think that's when artistry is at the best level. So for you, as a human being, how did
Hmm.
that feel when you wrote that verse?
It was. I was in the middle of like a realization because me and my father did have a strained relationship growing up for sure. I'm first generation Iranian. He's off the boat Iranian. He came here with nothing, busted his ass, worked really hard, supported the family. Like looking back on it now, it's I couldn't imagine myself in that situation. I wasn't put in that situation, but you can only imagine how much love goes into how hard that man worked to make sure we survive. So um, that was kind of it. It's like, damn, like maybe I can't do this like you did. And as I've gotten older, but the things he's taught me, they're tough. Middle Eastern parents are strict. I'm sure you've heard it, but
There's
um,
a
yeah,
there's a creator I follow, and
yeah,
he's from somewhere in the Middle East, and he talks about that. But I'll leave it
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. And but it made me tough. He taught me how to be a man, and always move with integrity. And there were times in my life where I didn't. Not scared to admit it either. But you know, you go through what you went through to help others get through what you went through. You know what I mean? So even if I did things in the past that were problematic, I'll rap about it. That's my filter. Like the next album coming out, there's a lot of that.
Life is a story for your children, so generations can read back.
Hmm.
So that goes into
That's
what you
what,
just said.
yeah.
So, what is an important life lesson that you may have learned from previous generations that you can use presently for the next generation?
Hmm. Yo, there's so many. That's a really good question. Honestly, just be a man. Like if you got problems, deal with it, suck it up. I know some people don't believe in that, but you know, life's hard. It's not supposed to be easy, but suck it up, man.
One, one,
That's what I learned.
that's a good
Give it to
out.
God.
That's a good output.
Makes
Um,
things easier.
One thing that I like from the media is the visualizations, but I noticed that you don't have like I'm searching for them. It doesn't seem like you have a lot of visuals out. Is that done intentionally or I you know,
Kinda, but I have 2 videos coming out for the next project, but I just don't like I said, man, I just don't really care that much in terms of visuals because I like Mystique. I think Mystique is powerful. I do. Like even this interview, I've only done 1 interviews with 2 other people, I'm even selective about that.
I appreciate you allowing me to interview, man.
No, but it's not like Mystique because like whatever. It's because I have a real um job, you know what I'm saying? I have a business. I do countertops, granite, all that type of stuff.
Mhm.
So I have a real life. Sometimes I'm busy and I don't even have the time. I work 6 days a week and I record after work, you know?
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
But I will say, constructive criticism.
Yes.
As you continue to release music,
Yes.
give us 1 or 2 visuals.
I got 2 coming out for the next project. Shot by it's gonna be shot by Vegas.
Say the name again?
New Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah. He's gonna be shooting it.
Which sin was the hardest to write about?
There's one song that was on there that was gonna be envy about a different situation, but I'm gonna save that song. I'm not gonna spoil it. But
Okay.
the most difficult one to write was probably envy, just because I wanted to make sure, like it was the easiest to write because my heart got in my hand, but it was like I wanted to make it perfect when I rapped it. You know?
So this project has been out for a while. You said it originally came out last July.
Yes,
What
correct.
is some of the feedback that you got? And has that feedback helped you as an artist? Like what have you heard so
Um,
far?
I think that is the project that really put me on an underground scene a little bit. I think that's the one where people because I don't think it sounds like too underground. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I think like there's like the beats like Lust is not a beat that's really a lot of people are rapping on, at least that I'm looking at, you know, or listening to. Greed is another one. I agree. I don't know what it is, man. I just when I write, I just write. Usually, whatever I just if it's like if I'm in the mood to rap fast, I'll write fast song, like when I'm flowing fast on it. But the reception's been good. It's gotten me shows. It's gotten me features. So baby steps.
That was about to be my next question. So as an artist, because you said that you're trying to be have a little mystique, you also have your own business outside of this,
Mhm.
non-rap related. How are you taking steps to advance that part with shows? Because I know that has to be difficult if you work 6 days a week with your own business and then have to record. How are you balancing that?
I gotta have somebody cover the shop. you know, gotta have somebody cover the shop, and that's really it. But if I make it work usually. You know,
So with your shows, how has that been going for you? How long have you been performing? Just so I can ask.
man, consistently performing
Yeah.
only like I like two. No, actually, I've had like 3 shows or 2 shows in the last like year, so not that much. But I'm gonna get more shows this year for sure.
Is that something you're looking to do? Because I'm starting to see certain artists like I'm not gonna say the artist's name, but he surprised the hell out of me when he said he's not even looking to do shows and he's like an upper tier underground
I
artist.
know
So
who you're talking about.
I'm gonna leave his
Yeah, I've
name.
seen that.
I'm gonna leave his
Yeah,
name out of it, but I was like, huh?
I know exactly who it is.
Wow.
But I
Um,
don't blame him because I think there's a lot of times when you go in there, like we were talking about with the smoke and mirrors thing. Sometimes that shit really could drain you, makes you
mm,
tired. It does that. It could drain your emotional capacities. Like it could really drain your energy.
So within this culture, it's like a movement. Where are you looking to take this to? Are you looking just to put artwork out, I guess, sporadically, or is this something that you're looking at long term?
Oh no, I'm gonna be doing this forever. It's an integral part of me. Without it, I don't think I'd have an identity. So I have to.
Mm,
I would crumble without it.
that's interesting. And,
Mhm.
and which way? Because you
It's
so
survival for me.
uh as far as therapy, as far as this is something you want to support yourself.
No, I think I've worked really, I worked really hard on it. And I remember I said before earlier, I was like, one person hit me up and said I like saved their life. God showed me the purpose. I would be like slapping him in the face, not taking it on, no matter where it goes.
So you hinted a little bit at the next project that you're working on.
Yeah.
Is that around the corner? Is that fourth quarter? Is that fourth
No,
quarter now?
July.
Oh, a year,
Mhm.
a year from the last drop. What do you what do you look to add on to that project or do differently than Seven? Is it a concept album or is it something totally different?
It's a concept album, but the visuals are gonna give away the concept. Um, but this project is a lot more personal. Like the first 5 tracks are all fire. Like the intro track is soothing, but the first 5 tracks are dope, like bangers.
Hmm.
I got dope features on there. I got Daniel Son, I got Snotty, and I got Mondo Slate on there.
Why I heard that
So
name from Mondo Slate. He just released the album.
yeah, Mondo
Okay.
Slate's dope, man. And he's a good dude, man. He's a really cool guy. I performed with him in Richmond last year, and he's a great dude, man.
Salute to him. I got to get in tune because I saw he
He's a
just
great
released a
guy,
project. I got to go listen to it.
cool as hell. All of them are. Daniel Son's cool as hell too. All man cool.
Mm. So, top three underground artists that you respect right now.
Of course, Pro and Snotty, but that's a given. So I'm gonna choose another three. Blackito, Shoddy, Mickey Diamond,
So, say the first name again, please.
Blackito.
Blockito. And then you said Shotty. Is that from Miami?
Yep,
Okay.
Shoddy's fire, man.
And then
Um,
who's the last one?
he's the last one. Oh, Mickey Diamond
All right.
for sure.
If you can collaborate with any artist, alive or dead, who would it be?
That's a good question too. Just for a backing track, Freddie Mercury.
All right. Favorite bar from Seven that you wrote?
Hold on. Oh, there's a couple, man. I don't know. I don't know. There's like three. One of them's an envy, though. I think it's the line you said before, with the generations and reading back.
Hmm.
That's definitely my. That's probably my favorite one.
Is there a sin that still tempts you the most?
Pride.
Pride, men and pride, man. It's always our
Hmm.
downfall.
Always, 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 man.
So, before we get up out of here, I think this is dope, and I'll say why. listening to this album, very well written. I like artists who, as you said, write songs. I'm getting tired of the 1 minute, 20-second verses. There are certain artists that thrive with that, but
I'm trying
I
to bring songwriting in the underground. That's really what I want to do.
this is where I'm going with this. It's you and a few other artists that I've been listening to the albums, and I'm like, thank you for 3 minute songs. Thank you for 4 minute songs. Like my attention span isn't that short. Like if you
Mhm.
want to write a movie, write a movie. I want to commend you on, sticking out in that way and sticking with the songwriting.
Thank you, man.
Artists like
I appreciate
yourself,
that.
if you continue to songwrite like that, it's going to push the underground. It's going to force them to do it. And I
Mhm.
really think we need to get back to that. The whole, oh, I'm just going to write 59 seconds, a half a 8 bars and a bridge. Like that's getting played out. So I definitely want to commend you there.
Thank you. I
Um,
appreciate that.
keep pushing and keep being unique. That's the best thing I could say on the media side. Because as
Thank you.
as I learn of all the artists that I'm interviewing, I'm new fans.
Mhm.
The Shoddy, that was the first time, I heard of him and had to do my research. I'm like, oh shit, this is dope.
Mhm.
You, all the artists that I feel lucky just to talk to you guys because now you guys are putting me on to new art. So that's just what I want to give to you guys as you guys allow me to interview you.
Oh, well, thank you,
You know what
man.
I'm
You give us a
saying?
platform to, you know, spread our brand, and we appreciate that too. And taking the time to get to know, I'm sure everybody appreciates it, like genuinely, wholeheartedly, man. I really appreciate it.
Now, definitely, man. I really think that, you know, if media is done right, it could be something powerful with artists. Like, I don't like kicking the shit about
Mm,
who's doing what in the street. Like, that don't concern me. I'm a civilian. I'm a married man with a job. I want to talk music, and as long as you guys keep giving me dope art, we can keep having these dope conversations
of course,
and
man.
keep the culture pushing forward in that aspect, man.
Always, bro. Whenever you want to talk again, you let me know, bro. Never will
Definitely.
be a problem. You know,
So you said July,
it's gonna be mid July
mid
or late
July.
July,
All
but
right.
definitely July.
So as your project continues to bubble, we'll be in contact and network, man.
I'm gonna send it to you.
Definitely, man.
Yeah,
Yo, so I definitely appreciate you taking time out of your schedule because
most welcome.
you work 100 hours per week, 6 days a week with your company and with music, man. So thank you for taking time out of your
Of course,
schedule to
bro.
sit down with me, man.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for having me. Of
Appreciate it, Cam, man.
course, bro.
Definitely salute.